let's start the YT live and get back. What is going on? Oh, actually, we got to fix the YT live here. It's a little dark. Hold on. There we go. What is going on, YouTube? We are just getting started with a little Amazon FBA Q&A. We got TikTok live here. TikTok, I'm going to get to everybody's questions right now. I don't have a passport. No, it's not expired. Just try to take different pictures. I watched the video. Thanks for those words, bro. Best mentor possible. I appreciate you, 4chan. God bless you, bro. And yeah, bro, just you're on the path, bro. Don't stress it too much. Bro, I've listed my FBM for 3 weeks, got no sales. Please help. Just because you list a product on Amazon doesn't entitle you to getting sales on Amazon. You have to work on SEO. You have to get reviews for that product. Also, FBM listings are not going to rank as well and not going to convert as well as FBA listings because you don't have Prime. You have to run PPC ads, but not just throw in keywords in a campaign. You have to have a clear, well-structured, well-optimized PPC ad campaign. After listing my products on Amazon, we need promotion. Yes, minimum amount you can start with. I would say 3K to have a good run. How do I start the display campaign? Should I put every ASIN in it? It's complicated. Are you profitable on your sponsored ad or sponsored product campaigns, Sharuk? That's a big question, because if you're not profitable doing 10+K with sponsored products, you shouldn't even be focused on sponsored display or sponsored product ads. Now, if you are profitable and you're running well with sponsored products, you're ranked well with your products organically, then I'll continue to answer that question. Should I start Amazon online arbitrage? What are your thoughts on arbitrage? I'm a private label guy 10 times out of 10. I'll never recommend someone to do arbitrage or wholesale. Only time I would recommend someone to do arbitrage is if you didn't have the capital to start private label and you just wanted to hit the ground running. You're not really going to learn much from arbitrage that'll carry over to private label. You're going to have to relearn the business model. What's the best product to start with as a beginner? There's lots of good products. It's about having products with good market numbers. I have quite a few videos that I posted recently on my TikTok about the criteria that I use when doing product research. If y'all wanted, we can go over it on the live as well. Oh. Should I start online arbitrage? I answered that. Thanks. CSR could have. Wait. Could have told me that when I called to. What do you mean? Can we use the same ASIN in 3 different campaigns with 3 different match types? Would it make an internal competition? Can we use the same ASIN in 3 different campaigns, 3 different match types? Well, 2 things with this. If you're using different match types, you're never going to be in competition with each other because every match type performs differently. Even if you're bidding on the keyword water bottle and exact, and then in your search terms for a broad campaign, you have the keyword water bottle getting sales, you're not competing against each other on those ads. There's thousands of different placements on Amazon. One could be more towards top of search. One could be more towards rest of search. One could be geared towards top product detail pages. Now, even the thing that you shouldn't do is if you have multiple ASINs, let's say you had black AirPod cases, blue AirPod cases, and green AirPod cases, you wouldn't necessarily need to advertise on the keyword AirPod cases for all 3 of the ASINs, especially if they were in a variation, because Amazon is a self-select business model. Noman, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. My boy Luke, what's going on, Mohammed? Good to see you. I did answer your question. Wait, so you think FBA would be promoted more than FBM? Well, it just ranks better, but it's not like this thing where if you switch your listing to FBA, it's going to get a bunch of sales and you're going to be on page one. You still have to do the fundamentals that get a product to page one. Good SEO, getting reviews, good marketing strategy. Can you buy products like Colgate and other brand wholesale and sell as arbitrage? I don't do wholesale or arbitrage, but if you get approval to sell a brand, then you will be able to sell products from that brand. How is your best student doing? About $500,000 a month in top line revenue across all platforms. God willing, and then God willing, I see that student we're getting pretty dang close to where we're at. Wait, so you think FBA? I answered that. How do you do product research if I want to start private label too? I use two methods, the Helium 10 black box method and then the Amazon search method. I have videos on my TikTok and YT on how to do that. I have a video on the black box method on my YT channel. And actually this Monday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to be dropping a YT video on how to do product research with the Amazon search method as well. Also, if you guys go rewatch some of the YouTube lives, you'll be able to see us do live product research on some of those. Cool thing about me going live on both platforms is obviously TikTok is the more poppin' platform, so I get the questions here. But you guys are able to rewatch all of the lives on YouTube, the app with the little red play button. That was to King. I was responding to King about the car comment. Ah, got you. What do I need to do a listing? A product ID number. That's it. How much is your program? I was gonna not talk about that anymore, but we can just say it. It's $3K USD right now. And that's without product selection. If brand needs proof of 100 items purchased to get ungated, is there any other way around that? No. And it should be 10, not 100. The other account get notifications saying he's selling goods that aren't authentic. What do you mean by that? That's my account. Oh, sorry, I didn't see this. My account got deactivated due to linking with another account. The other account got notifications saying he's selling goods that aren't authentic. You're just going to have to create cases with Amazon. I think you can get it worked out, but yeah. All righty. Are you going to increase prices by 10%? So the direct increase where you would it's going to be more than a 10% increase. Like I saw somebody break it down. Actually, let's do this. Like how will it affect a product price retail was bought from China? So let's do this. It actually is more. It would be getting the equation here. I guess it really would depend on your margins. Anywhere from like 10 to 20%, I think you're going to see prices increase. Mimi, thank you so much for the follow. It's very interesting because wait, hold on. Brooklyn, let me get to that in a sec. But I just lost my train of thought. Hold on, let me get back on track. It's very interesting because it's like, okay, let's put in tariffs to increase the American economy, but then it's going to be American citizens who are going to be paying more for the goods. So I think that will be interesting to see how it plays out. because I'm not going to take the hit as a business owner, and I don't think a majority of businesses are going to take the hit as business owners. That gets passed on to consumers. Brooklyn and the YT chat says, for anybody that sells on Amazon, and I tried Walmart Marketplace and I liked it, that they have less shenanigans than Amazon does. Should I consider giving up on Amazon? No, you should never consider giving up on Amazon for good. Walmart's the worst platform I've ever been on in my life. I actually think Walmart, I could design a better Walmart Seller Central, and they're a multi-billion-dollar company. I could do it with my team. Absolute garbage platform. I'm not saying don't put your products on there. We have our products on Walmart, but why would you give up on the largest e-commerce platform in the world, regardless of what you have to endure on Amazon, seller support, whatever? There's a reason why it is the largest e-commerce platform in the world. What is it? I don't know what that is. Europe. When would you start price increases? It's going to be different for every product. Like, we have products that we have so much inventory. Like, for example, just before Chinese New Year, placed really big orders. And so, like, products like that, where we're going to have inventory for quite some time, aren't going to see price increases directly. But then, for example, we had a little bit of an issue with a product for the new account that I started, the one that I'm documenting the journey from $0 to $1 million in sales on. And with that one, we weren't able to place a order for one of the products before Chinese New Year. So they're actually going to start production right after. We're probably going to adjust our original selling price for that product. And where it's going to get interesting, and where somebody earlier was saying like that people will have an advantage, if there are sellers in the market who have 10K units in stock and aren't really going to be directly affected by the tariffs right off the bat, I think the first few months will be a little bit of we'll call it Wild West for this, because there's going to be some sellers who don't need to increase prices right away. There will be some sellers who do. So there's going to be a little bit of a gap in the market, I think. But then over time, as it always does, the market will adjust. Jason, thank you so much for the follow. I do not, Kevin. I use Helium-10. Do you think 4K is good to start? I do. Go watch my third to last video. I do a breakdown on how much it costs to start selling on Amazon. Would you say FBA is hard way to learn and risky for people with no business experience? No. Any business is a risk for someone with no business experience. But here's a news flash. Everybody who's never started a business, who goes on to start a business, Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, they experience the same risk as any one of us who is going to go start any other business. So don't sit here and be like, oh, but it's a risk, I shouldn't start it. Every business has risks. Okay. Okay, well, I don't know. I love when people come and spew just nonsense. Anyways, I'm not even going to address that. But so every business is going to have a risk. That being said, FBA, FBM, like, just stick to the fundamentals, brother. If you want to avoid risk, avoid starting a business. If you want to have a successful business, stick to the fundamentals that make that business successful. I was a party kid. I was going to raves. I had zero business experience. I was waking up. My schedule was wake up 11 a.m., eat a bowl of cereal, be on the za, play some video games right before the minute I had to go to work, get back home from work, a little bit more za, play some more video games, go to bed, rinse and repeat the process. You think that kid, anybody was going to bet on to be in this position, see numbers like this, see numbers like that in other businesses? This is just one of many businesses. There is a risk in business, but the only risk of not being successful is not starting. If you want to avoid risk, oh, I don't want to fail. I don't want to have a failed product. I don't want to lose money to a manufacturer. I don't want to have my account suspended. I don't want to deal with Amazon seller support. Guess what? I've dealt with all of those. I've experienced all of those. Y'all see the numbers. Y'all see the videos. No other way to say it but that. How do you get pictures for your products? You can take pictures in-house and then send them over to the graphic designer, or you can send your products over to a photographer. Hey, my account is deactivated due to Amazon thinking goods aren't authentic. Any tips? There's services that you can hire who can help you with that, or you can just keep making cases with Amazon. Never give up on submitting cases, guys. That's something that I tell my mentorship students a lot, and I love hearing the stories. Like hold on, just to show you guys proof. Hold on. I hope this will motivate some of y'all. What student said that? Oh, I remember it was. Hold on. Okay, I love this. Something that's really been. I'm reading her post. This was actually on January 28th. Something that's really been enforced for me the past few weeks is how grateful I am to have learned to not give up on the seller support team. Luke's continual reinforcement of just keep trying has worked for me on 3 different occasions now. I've been told, wait, hold on, let me expand the message. I've been told something can't be done / errors can't be resolved numerous times, which has made me double down and not give up by submitting more and more cases. It's almost like a challenge at this point where I tell myself they won't beat me as I hit submit on a new case. Don't give up, guys. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. Never give up on a case with Amazon. There was a time, this was 2023, I believe, where we had the #1 bestseller badge on a product that we had had for quite some time. And then one day wake up and we don't have the bestseller badge. I'm like, that's strange. I knew that we were competing with another seller. A few months before that, we were going back and forth with them. So I'm like, oh man, maybe they took it. And I see, dang, they did take it. And I was like, okay, so I go to check our subcategory thinking that we're going to be #2 and they beat us for the #1 position. But then all of a sudden I look and we're like number 20 in a completely different subcategory. So we contact Amazon seller support. We're like, hey, you put us in the wrong subcategory. The correct subcategory is literally on our product title. So like, for example, if the subcategory was water bottle, on our product packaging, it said water bottle. We're like, guys, this is the correct subcategory. They're like, sorry, we've analyzed this and we've determined that you are not in the correct category. So we changed it. Back and forth with Amazon for months. Think about it. Think about how much the bestseller gets a majority of the sales on Amazon, 40+% of the market, about 40%, 30 to 40% of the market share. Just that top seller. And then the gap in between #1 and #2 is pretty big. And so we go from #1, missing out for months and months and months and months and months and months, just for Amazon to finally come back, put us in the correct category, and then boom, we had the badge again. Imagine we gave up and then just said, okay, we're not going to get the badge. The difference is if they lose money is like nothing. If I lose money, I am done. I mean, I don't know what I'm done means, but I mean, it's all about like risk management too. You don't start a business with the intent of losing the money, but you start a business with the understanding that you may lose money, right? Now you stick to the fundamentals to try to mitigate that risk or avoid that risk, but there's no one person who can guarantee that you won't lose the money. Now, if you're in a position where it's like you have $4,000 saved and that's your lifeline, and you don't have a job and you need to provide for your family, and like then don't invest the 4K. Save up more money, go do side hustles and save up an additional 4K so that you have your safety nest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your circumstances don't have to dictate the end result. You can change your circumstances. Okay, that's all the money you have. Go sell things around your house. Go to the garage sales, buy something for $2, flip it for 10, and do that 100 times to start making up some money to go start your business. Most people want to hear, okay, I only have 4K. I need to have a guarantee that if I invest this 4K, I'm going to make $1 million after a couple of years, or else I'm not going to start a business. If that's your mindset, then don't start a business. Or you can, like I just said right now, you can figure out another way, because I'm not suggesting anybody to put their last dollars and put themselves in a weird financial position. I actually recommend against that, to start a business. But like me, I didn't have the money to start selling on Amazon, did I say, and I was sleeping on my best friend's couch. If you could argue, I mean, there's two arguments. I had nothing to lose, and you could also argue that like I needed for it to work too. But what did I do? I worked. I cut out a lot of frivolous spending. I wasn't going out. I wasn't spending money on silly things. I lived very, very modestly. And then I had enough money saved, and I was continuously working a 9-to-5 job so that I was able to put food on the table and pay for my bills and stuff. And then I started my business on the side as a side hustle. I turned 18 in 1 month. I want to get into private label. What's the biggest obstacle for new sellers face? Is it startup cost, PPC, listing, product research, negotiating with suppliers, and PPC? That being said, all of those things are manageable and can be learned, brother. I would say the biggest obstacle is people aren't resilient enough. Every single person, when I say that, there's not a single person who, when I say that, is like, oh yeah, I'm not resilient. Everybody wants to believe they're resilient. Every MMA fighter wants to believe like they're going to be world champion until they step into the octagon with an absolute monster. And the absolute monster that you step into the octagon in business is just business, right? It's you against you. It's you against the market. It's you against Amazon, and you're constantly fighting. So if you can't stomach the punches, then it's going to be a really tough go. That's usually where I see people fail. How much do you spend on ads? Anywhere from like 8 to 12%. TikTok shop is way less restricted in overhead. See, people usually who have never sold on Amazon or heard one video like this, or the type who will make comments like this, because what overhead does TikTok, because we do both, what overhead does TikTok shop not have that my Amazon account does have, right? Because unless you are going viral on your TikTok shop products, or you're getting viral creators to make viral videos about your TikTok shop products, you still have to get traction somehow. That's the ad spend. You still have the fees on TikTok shop. I don't store any of my products for Amazon. It's all the same. That's a silly mindset in my opinion. What's the process of selling jewelry on Amazon? Same as selling anything else on Amazon. You list it, you get reviews, boom, boom, boom. I mean, brother, you're entitled to your own opinion, but like I said, people who think that it's either or usually don't have a full scope of business in creating a brand. It's usually and, right? People are like, TikTok's better than Amazon. Well, then tell that to my student who, you can actually look up his brand, Airstick, AIRSTIK. He was selling on Amazon. He was doing pretty decent for a few over time. He lists his products on TikTok Shop. At some point was one of the top 10 TikTok Shop sellers. He starts crushing it on there. And then his Amazon business 15x's. So then to say that one is better than the other, imagine he was only on TikTok Shop, because his TikTok Shop revenue was actually less than his Amazon revenue. Because there's statistics that 50% of shoppers will actually go and look if a product is on Amazon before buying it anywhere else. People trust Amazon as a platform. So if you have, like this person is suggesting, and I'm answering it like this because I want everybody else to not have this mindset. If you have the mindset of this person here, you're going to miss opportunities by not having your brand omnipresent. The biggest brands that every single person in here okay, you can just sit and listen like a good. Okay. But the brands that every single person in here likes, they're on IG. They're on, they have their own site. They're on Amazon. There's a reason why, and I bring this up a lot recently, there's a reason why the Kardashians, probably the most popular influencers in the world, also sell their products on Amazon. Oh, what just happened to the lighting there? There we go. Oh, that's weird. There we go. If failing will stop you, you won't succeed. It took me 3 businesses and years until one worked. God bless you, Moho. I love that. Or Mojo. If you're from Canada and plan to sell in the States, what tariff should I expect? Well, if you're sending your products directly from China to Canada, then you're going to get that get hit with the 10% tariff that just got signed today. What do I do if I'm getting so many impressions, little amount of clicks, and no sales? You either have to increase your click-through rate, which is your main image, reviews, or title needs to be improved, or increase your bids. Okay, Andy, thank you so much for the follow. Put me on. I've got a shop I'd like to sell on Amazon. I got a lot of videos on how to start. If you wanted a more in-depth guide and me to mentor you through the process, check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program in the TikTok bio. But on that note, TikTok, I appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys go show some love to my last few videos. Last video I posted, or third to last video, how much it costs to sell on Amazon. Second to last video is just a good insight on perspective on life that I think everyone should watch. And third to last video, I talk about the tariffs that Trump just implemented in Canada, Mexico, and China, and what it means for you as an Amazon seller. But if you guys like the lives and you guys like the videos and want a more in-depth guide on how to sell on Amazon, be sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program in the TikTok bio. There's a little bit of delay, so I gotta wait. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. God bless y'all. YouTube, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I appreciate y'all sitting on the live, listening to me answer TikTok questions. I don't know if y'all were here when I said this in the beginning, but I want to do like a live show where we'll still be live on YouTube and TikTok, but we'll do like a segment where we'll do like a Google Voice number. You guys can call in, and I'll let people ask like one question, and then we'll move on to the next caller. I think that would be, get perspectives on other people's scenarios will likely help other people in a scenario that you're going through. So I think it would be fun. But on that note, I hope everyone has a blessed weekend, and I will see you all bright and early Monday. Well, not really, because I go live at night, but I'll see y'all Monday, God willing, and see you soon. Also, be sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program if you guys want a more in-depth guide on how to sell on Amazon and me as a mentor.